attractive, enterprising young ladies fail in a gold mining venture, they choose to become 10 violent women.
It's tempting to believe that Ted's storylines were prompted by how many women were living at his castle. And presumably, when he made 10 violent women, all the bedrooms were full.
It's the rainbow.
That I'll take them all.
Very good.
Fill it up.
What? $1 million! My best collection!
There were several of the girls at the castle at the time. We all sat around the table and tried to concoct a story so we could all go to work. You can only go so long without making a film, right? So we decided, let's do one, no matter what. So we decided that we would do a picture and use the talents and the abilities and the girls.
I suggest you take it while you got the chance.
You go screw, mister!
I said that was my last offer. Maybe your boss would be glad to get this stuff back.
Now look, Joe Dillonazzi didn't have anything to do with this. This was our deal. I told you so on the phone.
Well, let's ask Joe.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why don't you girls leave that stuff where it is and get out of here while you're still healthy?
More than one has gone on to do good things in the profession. One in particular has made an award-winning film, and about 11 years ago, when I first met her, she had not, at that time, ever been involved with film, not as an actress or as a writer or a director. Now she's all of those things, including an editor now. She was a script girl for me for a while and helped me in the editing room, and that's how they learn. I give them something, they give me help, and we share our lives that way.
He taught me how to make a film starting with a pencil. He says, Dorian, you can take a pencil and sit down and say, okay, I'm going to make a film, and by the end up with a film, and that's what I did.
When you were working on the films, did you learn a lot?
Yes. Yes, sure. I learned everything from ground up. I worked with him from the writing of a script to the releasing it around the world, and that's everything, you know.
But in order to learn from Ted, Sherry and Doreen first had to act in his movies, like all the castle ladies. This is one of their few scenes together.
If you'd be willing to work.
Oh, yeah, we'll work. We can do anything.
Oh, we can do anything. We'll wash cars, dishes, anything.
You say you'll do anything?
No.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, we'll do anything.
Can you dance?
Can we dance? We can dance! Oh, can't we dance? Oh, we can dance!
Oh,
You wouldn't believe it! Oh, we just right on! Oh, fantastic! Oh, yeah.
I want to work with the girls. I know he wants to work with the girls. I want to do Doll Squad, too. And the course grinders, too. I can dream them up all day long. I can go on a 10-mile hike, I mean, at a really good clip and get a lot of oxygen through my head, and I can concoct a film, an idea, especially if I really get the oxygen flowing, it does something. I can create a storyline from beginning to end, all the characters and all, and freeze it in my head. When I come back, I can either type it or write it all out, just from one good long hike.
So how many of these productions are you ready to go with?
Okay, this one, either Revenge of the Lady Ninjas or Attack of the Lady Ninjas, whatever it's called. That's ready to go. And Corpse Grinders 2.
The long-awaited sequel.
The sequel is ready to go. And this picture is about 2/3 finished. See, money is always the problem. That's what these presentations are for.
But you certainly have a lot on, don't you? You have a lot of things planned.
Well, I've got at least a dozen pictures on the drawing boards all the time.
Hi, I'm Ted Mikels. I'm looking at a few of the dailies from our current production of Operation Overkill on our movie Olis. I'm a director-producer of motion pictures and have been making films for about 30 years. I make all types of films, from James Bond-type action films to horror pictures to witchcraft to dramas. Whatever I feel the current need in the market is what I make.
Now, Ted's got a lot of projects
Yes.
planned, and it seems that it's getting harder and harder to raise the money. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think those things will happen, knowing Ted as you do?
He'll eventually get the money. He's got to. He always does.
So how does he do it?
That's what we've been saying since day one. How does he? He's a magician, and he should get it. He should get it.
So his filmmaking continues, although his days with the castle ladies seem over.
Well, there's my sweetheart. How are you? Oh, may I introduce my sweetheart, Dr. Wendy Altamura, and this is Jonathan. Oh, this is Dr.
Hello, pleased to meet you.
Is it Windy, should I think?
Not Windy, but Wendy.
Wendy, I'm sorry. There's something to do with Chicago, you know, the Windy City. So Ted was telling us earlier that you've changed his life, that now he's a monogamous type.
That's what I hear from him.
What can one say? You fall in love and things change, you know?
And this is a fantastic room he's got here. Do you... I mean, all the guns everywhere. Does it never distract you from...
No, I feel part and parcel of it now.
Now that
it's really interesting.
Now that she's dusted everything in here, which I never do.
Are you a fan of Ted's films? Have you seen many of his films?
I have seen the trailers and some of his films, and yes, I like what he's done, and I hope to be part of what he's doing in the future.
So will you act in any of them, or will you work behind the scenes?
That remains to be seen.
I'm expecting and looking forward that she will be interested in being in Attack of the Lady Ninjas. She keeps in fantastic physical shape, and she can do a kick straight up in the air, and of course being a dancer for many, many years before she was Dr. Altamura has helped her, so she'll be great.
So we're looking at a ninja of the future.
I'm not opposed to that.
How would you like to be remembered?
Well, I would like to think in terms of not having to be remembered for about 100 more years, but just as a filmmaker, as a person who really loved making films and did it no matter what it took. I always have passed on to people who work with me on a film. When they say, how can you do a film? It's impossible. I said, number one, I only enjoy accomplishing impossible things. Number two, I always imparted this philosophy when we'd start. Maybe we had 1,700 or 2,800 on Groove and Go booths or whatever, and I knew we needed 200 or 300 or 400,000, and you're starting with 28 cents, literally. I say, where the drive is there and the focus and the intent, no power on the face of the earth can stop me.
And so we bid a fond farewell to Ted V. Mikels, an incredible man and certainly an incredibly strange filmmaker. How many of his projects will get off the ground, we can't even guess. All we can do is wish him the very best of British luck.